Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are so excited. Happy solstice. Blessings for the solstice and the return of the light to our beloved Mother Earth. We're so happy to be here. Welcome, everybody who's watching already. Super cool. Make sure that you're making your comments in the chat so that we know that you're here. We're so excited. It is solstice. Solstice is such a sacred time because it is that time where the light begins to return to Earth. It is the longest night and before it comes in. And it's interesting because we know this time is winter time, that we think of as the time that we go within. We're inside, it's cold outside, it's icy, it's chilly, we're cooking soup and baking cookies. And yet it is that time when the light is returning. And so it's such a precious and sacred time because oftentimes it's when we're in that inner space, when we're turned inward, when we're holding ourselves inward, that the light does return. It's not time for it to shine yet. That's what spring is about when it comes forth. But right now is that time to nurture the light within. And so that's part of what we're going to be doing today. So I'm so excited to be here with Rev Ned and Dana and with all of you guys. This is super exciting because I've been looking forward to this one. Solstice is one of my favorite holidays, if you will. And so I'm really excited. And so we, of course, are going to start out with one of Rev Ned's world famous videos. And so, Rev, tell us about your vid.
First of all, it's awesome to be with you and Dana Sparkles. It's awesome to be with everyone out there. It really is. And I've always enjoyed the winter solstice. The video, the wife and I, we filmed it at a double-barreled bridge, covered bridge, the oldest double-barreled covered bridge in America. And the scene, there's small waterfalls. Since it's a directional mic, it doesn't pick it up all that well. There were so many geese, ducks, and we just had a snow squall 2 or 3 days ago. They were floating on the water, squirrel. I saw this beautiful lady, but it was my wife that was walking down through there. But it was so peaceful. And knowing the history of this bridge, it was built in, was it 1829? So it's also the second oldest entire covered bridge in America. It's the oldest double barrel. And the reason I was nudged by the watchers to pick a double barrel bridge is because two things. The first one is the light and dark of the winter solstice. And the second thing is, Rev is sharing about loving. How well do we love ourselves? If you love yourself, you'll go from the inside out, living with your energies, where a lot of people live from the outside in. So those two different directions represent that double-barreled covered bridge. It was very relaxing sitting there at that stream. It really, really was. I was so enthused, I messed up on miles per hour once because I was just so enjoying the energies that were around me. And it was like, wait a minute, I'm doing a video here. I gotta focus because I was going with creation and Mama Earth. But it turned out well. It turned out well.
Wonderful. We're so good. And, and Rev, I just totally I get so excited about your videos. I forget about doing our prayer. Shall we do the prayer afterwards and do your video, or would you like prayer first and then video?
Let's do prayer for everyone.
Shall we do that? Okay, let's do that. I
Go
just
ahead.
want the video, man. All right, everybody, we're going to start with a prayer. And it's going to be a little bit long because I'm going to be reading the Aramaic Lord's Prayer. I'm going to read it in, oh, I'm getting teary eyed already. In English, I'm going to read it in Aramaic. And to anybody who speaks Aramaic, I apologize for my pronunciation, but I'll do the best I can. And then moving in do a little bit more. So if we could all take a nice deep breath and let's all just fall into this space together, understanding that we're all one, that we're all the love, we're all the light. We are here together to share this space because we are that presence of love. Every single one of you, whether you're watching live or watching this later, you are love. You are the core of who you are is love. And we're so grateful to be here. And as each and every one of us remember, the light within us turns on. And this is how we're going to change the world, one light at a time. And today that light returns. So let's all take a nice deep breath, just breathing in and breathing out. And let's begin. O birther, father, mother of the cosmos, focus your light within us and make it useful. Create your reign of unity now. Your one desire then acts with ours, as in all light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in bread and insight, and release those cords of mistakes that bind us, even as we release the strands we hold of others' guilt. Don't let surface things delude us, but free us from that which holds us back. From you is born all ruling will, the power and the life to do, the song that beautifies all, from age to age it renews. Truly, power to these statements. May they be the ground from which all of our actions grow. Amen. Amen. Abun de bishmea, nakdashimach, tete makuta. Newe shefjana ikana, de buishma de afparach. Havlan lachma, de sukanat homana. Washbakla shabin wakaten ikana, dakhan shwakini shaben. Wele taklan le nesjuna. Ele patsan min bisha. Meto dalikri makuta. Wahele washta buka lecham. Amen. Amen. And beloved, that is the holy language that the one we called Yeshua, Jesus spoke when he spoke the Lord's Prayer in his day. And so, holy breath of life that lives within us as us, come and be the love in us that is the light that fills the all. Let us feel you, O light. Let us feel you as you move within us and breathe as us and move through us. Create around us your holy presence, that holy presence that is love. And let the light of your love return to all of life in these dark times. We call forth love from within every form of existence, from the very creation of the Creator that is the all. As light returns to the sacred mother that we call Earth, we invite in the elements of nature, the devas of light and life. We call in the holy angels who carry the breath of God within them, just as we do. We call in the masters and holy ones who know the truth of love and light, those who carry the secrets of the truth of mankind as the vessel of God. And be with us, holy ones. And we call for the wisdom within all of life to remember the love and the light within us, to allow this power and this presence to take its rightful place in the world, and to bring forth the soul of mankind and set it back in its rightful place as the holy temple of the one source the eternal loving presence, the universe, the cosmic existence, the one, the all, God, Goddess, Creator, Holy Spirit. All this is within each of us. And the time for it to take its rightful place in the world is now. The Christ, whose name is love, whose presence is light, returns now, this very moment. And as we breathe it in, it becomes within each of us. The light returns, and so it is. And so let's just take a nice deep breath, breathing in that energy. And I just invite each of you to recognize that light within, using your tools that God has given you of imagination to imagine a beautiful light within your heart, the light of God within you. And that light is the presence of love. It is your holy presence as one with all of us here. And we can all just take a moment and just say thank you that we remember the light, that we remember who we are, and it is good. So let's take another nice deep breath, breathing in. Oh, and breathing out. And with this smile on our face, let's enjoy RevNed's beautiful video.
Hello, sacred ones. Thank you, Skyfuls, for being with us here on Bridgewalkers. We are at Robert's Double Covered Bridge. This is our special Solstice ceremony program. This time of year is about embracing the darkness while celebrating the turning point where we will now begin to get a little more light each day. We're coming out of the darkness, so to speak, which has its purpose. The winter solstice is the time to honor the gifts of the darkness while celebrating the return to the light. Sounds like life. It is an amazing time to release what we do not need any longer. As Grandma Sheldon would say, ponder a spell on something you need to release as I share the following. How much do you love yourself unconditionally? Loving yourself and these energies causes transformation with this. Rev is not talking about love with conditions attached for yourself. That is self-abuse. Here are some cosmic thoughts on why to love yourself with higher energies. So, bundles of sacredness, yes, you, God is within you. Why do we go outside of ourselves to find the divine? Why do we go outside of ourselves to find the sacred? Why do we go outside to find the mystical more? Why do we go outside to love ourselves? You are the fulcrum of your life here in the 3D. You're the swivel, you're the pivot, you're the hinge. Better yet, sacred one, inside of you is this bridge. A bridge to the divine, a bridge to the sacred, a bridge to the mystical more, the bridge to unbelievable love of self. We give up so much of who we are and why we came here to Terra, to Earth, when we live from the outside in. Being the fulcrum, the swivel, the pivot, the hinge, being the bridge is living the how and why of our lives if we are living from the inside out. Beautiful one, you are a sacred cosmic being. Please power ponder on the info I'm ready to share with you, most sacred cosmic being. First, scientists informed us we are made from the stuff of stars. Now, our Earth, a planet most of you are watching this Bridgewalkers episode from, flies through space at 67,000 miles per hour, which means 18.5 miles a second, or around 99,900 miles an hour and a half show. You are sacred. You are a cosmic being, loving yourself, an amazing journey into the more. Need some more evidence how precious you are? Well, our solar system flies through the galaxy at 448,000 miles. Our galaxy is a part of some local group of galaxies that move through space at 1.3 miles per hour. What amazing evidence that you are a sacred cosmic being of the more as you zip around the galaxy. There's a 4-letter word we call they, that T-H-E-Y, that smother us and head us into a wee corner of the 3D existence. But wait one holy minute. We are multi-dimensional beings with our own sacred divine access within us. Pure love it is. That can sure stir up this pure love for self. Look at Rev in the eye. You are an E-I-B. 3 powerful words that describe you, eternal, imperishable being. Now let's add a key word. You are an E-I-D-B, an eternal, imperishable, divine being. You're eternal. Now wait a sacred frog here. You're eternal, just like pure love. Very, very interesting. You're not this perishable cage of flesh and bones. Your body may have an expiration date, but you do not. Because you are a remarkable, amazing, one-of-a-kind, eternal, imperishable, divine being. Let us hug ourselves in pure love. What is one thing that comes to your heart thoughts and head thoughts as I'm speaking that you can release now that is blocking you from being an eternal, imperishable, divine being as you fly around the galaxy? What we're going to do now, I will also do at the end of the close of the video. Call in your source that you are connected already within you, the Creator, the God, the main teacher, guides, watchers, or other divine energies. Listen, we welcome all entities with love and light. We speak to you from the Lord God of our being within us, telling you you all are healed, forgiven, lifted, enlightened, filled, and surrounded by the Christ light, the Christ love, and we ask the beautiful many to escort you off to your perfect place. Go in peace, so be it. Now, your breath is so sacred. Think if there's any residue left from what you just released or something else that's in your thoughts, your energies that you need to release right now. Place those energies in front of you and blow this unneeded energy and pure love to the beautiful many. Think of the expanding cosmos and beyond. You are an eternal part of the supreme cosmic spirit, the Creator, Source, Wonka Tonka. You have your own energy vibration frequency that creation and the higher ones know you by. Rev's Watchers gave this to me to share with you. Since you are an electromagnetic being, you are in charge of the energy center of yours. There are many things that take our energy away from us, like ourselves and others take our energies. Yes, we can be our own energy bandits. You are in control of your energy powerhouse. Our precious pure love for self can embrace and take control of our energies. We know that our cells emit light and that this light is constantly sending and receiving information. We also know that we have ability to affect this light. So then we have access to the control center of our minds and hearts and essence. And if we have access and influence, then we have the ability to change ourselves at the most fundamental level by enhancing our light, by loving ourselves. You are awesome. So many of our cosmic cousins look up to us because we decided to come to Terra, to Earth, for transformation. This process is connected to the winter solstice, with darkness and the light growing more within us each day. So call on your source, a main teacher or guide again, your watchers or other divine energies you're already connected with. We welcome all entities in love and light. We speak to you from the Lord God of our being, telling you all you're healed and forgiven, lifted, enlightened, filled and surrounded by the Christ light and the Christ love. And we ask the beautiful many to escort you off to your perfect place. Go in peace. Use your sacred breath. Eternal, imperishable divine beings. Enjoy this Bridgewalker program. Mama Michele always has her wonderful wisdom to share. Dana Sparkles has a song and the deep more for you, and Rev will be in the energies somewhere. You are a gift of Christmas to brighten the world. So it is. Glowing, flowing beings of the cosmos.
I love your videos. They're so good. Thank you so much, Rev Ned. And
You're welcome. You're
you just
welcome.
cracked me up as Sacred Frog's hair. I lost about 3 minutes of the video laughing at Sacred Frog's
If you find a hair on a frog, it's sacred.
hair. You betcha.
Isn't that right, Sparkles?
Sure is.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. You know, it's so beautiful what we're beginning to remember now. What we're being it's like we're awakening. I mean, this is the word that we're using these days to remember who we are. That we're beginning to remember that God is inside and that our breath is sacred and that is what connects us to everything. And there are great holy beings who've gone before who have showed us the way, who've showed us the truth, and that we're connected to them within because we're all one. And this little brain sometimes has such a hard time wrapping itself around it because we're very linear, right? It's like, well, it's this and it's this and it's this. But that isn't how it is. It's spirals within spirals. It's toroidal fields and great cosmic expanses, and we exist in so many different planes. And you put that in such beautiful ways, Rev. You really do. It's just so magical how you do that. And I'm going to put our chat up so everybody can see. So I'm letting everybody know right now. Any more chats that come through? We've got some comments here. We've got a bunch of people with us. We've got 13 people watching right now, gentlemen. We've got Lamar and Cheryl was here, and Cosmic T, and Christy, and Engaged Drakey, Kevin, and Nadine, and Margie. And Margie is saying greetings from the south. We got Stacy, um, Nadine. Oh, that Michelle chick keeps saying stuff. We got Cosmic B. Someone had said
Wow.
to Chris is here too, Rev. Nadine was saying Chris is here too.
Welcome. It's good to see everybody. And
Mhm.
Margie, the very first time, a long time ago, when I had my first sweat lodge, I sat next to her in the sweat
Mm.
lodge. You know, she was like everything gonna be okay. You'll be all right. And the first time and she was very comforting and very wonderful, and she's been amazing to me ever since. But there's a lot of great, all, what I can see from here. I thank each and every one of you for being here this evening on the winter solstice, because there's a lot of things going on this evening, and a lot of different groups, a lot of different prayers and ceremony going on. So we appreciate them very, very much. Wow.
Absolutely.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. It's so good and we love it because Rev and Dana and I, we've all come together. We've been doing this for a year now, a little bit over a year. And
Yes.
we all kind of we come together and we do bridge walkers and then we kind of go back out into our lives and we dance in different groups and different things, and it's so fun when we see everybody coming back together and into this space and connecting all the lines of love that we all touch and that all of you touch too, those of you that are here watching. And it's so fun to see. It's almost like a wave coming back in, whoosh, coming into a beautiful crescendo of your presence here. And tonight is very, very sacred. The return of the light is a very, very sacred time. And our ancestors, our ancestors knew this. There's many places all over this planet, great megaliths that were built to celebrate this time. And we're really grateful that you guys are here celebrating with us. And Rev Ned was talking about the breath. Breath is life. Without breath, we we can't be here. Without breath, we no longer are here. And a lot of times we think of breath as air, CO2, and oxygen, little nitrogen. If we're lucky at a party, a little helium. Um, and that breath is so sacred, but we breathe in so much more because we are electromagnetic beings. We are beings that emit and bring in frequencies and consciousness. And so, who we're around, what we're around, the music we listen to, the TV we watch, the environments we keep, we breathe that in too. If we're around angry and frustrated and all that, we breathe that in. That becomes a part of who we are. If we're around peaceful and sacred and lovely, and we breathe that in too. And we need to remember that breath is life and breath is light too. We breathe in light as well. And it's so important, especially now, especially the way things are changing. We're in this great cosmic change. I believe it's not just here on planet Earth. I think the entire universe is in a shift of consciousness, of awareness. In my belief, we're always ever growing closer and closer to the source of all that is, and that we are the vessel of that source as well, that God is within. My studies, throughout like a lot of different religions and traditions, it ultimately comes back to, it's all inside here. And that breath is what breathes it in and shares it out. Breathes it in and shares it out. And with life, we then begin to, take in and emit. And we just become this great electromagnetic flow of energy. And it's so important that we begin to really be aware of that and be aware of what that is and what that's doing in us and to us and as us, and how it's blessing the world around us. We are the creators of our existence. We are the creators of everything. We are the creators. Creator God is within, the energy is within. And we have the power to create in the direction we wish to go. And I have a private membership group that we get together. It's called A Million I Love Yous, and the purpose of it is to learn to love ourselves and recognize who we are as divine beings so much that we emanate that love out into the world. A million I love yous, right? We bring a million I love yous out into the world. And what we've really been being taught and being shared with us, especially this last year, as we have got to use the focus of the mind and the love in the heart to begin to create new matrices, whatever words, universes, whatever words we all use. And now there's so many different ways to express it, but a new world, a new earth, the 5D, the new earth, because what we're experiencing in our world right now is a little scary. It's a little bit like, well, is that where we want to live? Is that how we want to live? We're being told things, and a lot of that is up for debate. And of course, we always have healthy debate. But we're the masters, and we get to decide how our experiences are going to be and where we're headed. And when we begin to be aware of breath and the sacredness of breath, we begin to be aware that cosmic existence that is within all of us, that we are the vessel of. When we come into this life, what gives us life is this something that many of us call God or source, the all that is, love, light, Christ. And being aware of that and not just saying, yeah, 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 but really being aware of that on a moment to moment basis, reminding ourselves daily. I actually I have notifications on my phone that come up and say, Michele, take a breath. Michele, make a little space for yourself. Michele, you are loved. Michele, you are so precious. To remind myself, like I think I have it now 10 times a day, to remind myself to just stop and check in and feel that within me. And as much as the ego part of me wants to go, I am God, it's actually very humbling when you start. Of course, there's that little part of you that wants to do that. But it's so humbling when you begin to realize, oh my gosh, I'm a vessel of something so sacred and so precious. How am I treating that? How am I treating myself? How am I treating God within me? Am I breathing the most cleanest, purest breath? Am I exhaling out into the world my purest thought, my greatest love? Am I creating with my imagination, with the power tool that God gives us to create? Am I creating good things, or am I creating more of that stuff that I keep saying I'm trying to get away from? Right? It's like I caught myself just this morning thinking about something that happened like 30 years ago and swimming it around in my mind. And all of a sudden I went, what am I doing? I am creating in this very moment. Do I want to create that again? It's like, no, take a break. And then my little phone popped up and said, you are so loved. It's like, thank you for reminding me. Um, but it's important that we begin to check in more and more and more right now, because we're at this split point. We're at this time when this shift that is happening is in full motion. I don't think there's any going backwards anymore. And where are we going to shift to? Where are we going to go? Do you want to bring the past with? There's probably some good things in the past you do, but do you want to bring it all with? And what are your visions for the future? What do we want for that? Do we want a world of peace and harmony where all are kind and loving and supportive and helping each other, being communities, allowing each other's differences, allowing each other's precious sacred expression, and creating experiences where no one feels violent and angry and refused and abandoned. And I think all of us that are here, and probably most everybody who'll ever listen to this, in their heart of hearts, they want to create a place that is good, that is just good. And we have that choice by every thought, by every breath. But part of it is being mindful, right? Part of it is, what am I feeling? So many of us have lost touch with how we're actually feeling. Me, I've spent a lot of my life just kind of numb, and a lot of us, this living thing is tough. you know? It's kind of traumatic. Nobody told me that. That was not in the contract I signed. It was like, mine said party for the next 65 years. I'm like, yeah. I didn't read the little writing.
Fine print.
Yeah, that blasted fine print. It was so small. I was like, seriously, if it was important, they wouldn't make it that small, right? But it's so important, that we take that time and check in with ourselves and be who we are, and bless ourselves. We started saying, Rev and Dana and I, in one of our what we call our Bridgewalker staff meetings, one of us said, love yourself. That's where God is. And it really became a thing. It really became something. And I'm actually working on getting t-shirts made so we can get them out to all you guys. But it's so important. We really need to do that. And to remember that, we got to check in with ourselves, a few times a day. So I would love for you guys to each give yourself a solstice gift, a Christmas gift, a New Year's gift, a Valentine's Day gift, a spring gift, a Easter gift, whenever it kicks in. The gift of checking in with yourself, of letting yourself feel yourself. And sometimes it doesn't feel good, but you know what? When that part of you shows up that doesn't feel good, it's just a part of you that hasn't been loved back into place. It's just a part of you that hasn't had the love and attention, just like a kid. You know, just like a kid throwing a temper tantrum on the floor, they need attention. And so do you. So do your feelings, because they're going to come out screaming someplace else, you know, in the form of illness or anxiety or depression or, you know, in a myriad of ways. If you check in with yourself and you let yourself feel what you feel and you let it be what it is, hatred, anger, how ugly it is, but you watch it like a loving mother or loving father, and let that expression be, and love and listen without judgment, kind of like a friend sitting next to you with the arm over your shoulder. Just, I'm listening. No judgment, don't have to fix it. I'm listening. That is more healing than anything else. And you can do that for yourself. Just witness yourself, watch yourself, love yourself when you're in the ugliest part. And then bring yourself home. Bring yourself home where love is. More of that. And I think we'll be okay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Michele, for those powerful words. It sounds like Mama Michele. Those amazing words. You know, the Kevinator, Gage Reiki, wrote,
Mhm.
each new in-breath saves and renews us, makes it easy to stay grateful when we ponder this. That's one of my favorite words, ponder.
Yeah.
For a long time, I've used that in teaching. Power ponder words, power ponder thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's when we learn how sacred we are, our breath is sacred, how sacred our mind thoughts are, how sacred our heart thoughts are, how sacred our essence, how sacred why we came here,
Yeah.
even though we've gone through the darkness. A lot of us have gone through those things, some going through those things. And one of the things about, there was a poet, his name was Alan Cohen, and a writer,
Mm.
and a writer.
Yeah.
And he wrote, quote, to love yourself right now, just as you are, is to give yourself heaven. Don't wait until you die. If you wait, you die now. If you love, you live now. End of quote. And when we learn how precious we are and how cosmic we are, and the more we transform, many teachers have talked about transforming the mind thoughts.
Yeah.
And way back, they talked about the transformation of the heart. And joining those heart thoughts with those mind thoughts, heart thoughts of love. And it takes work. It takes work to get there. Mind thoughts of love and put them together. And so many of the watchers of Revs, they're so diverse. They've showed me how important we can do things just at home. We don't have to be going out and
Mm.
saving the world and traveling around the world. And if you're called to that, that's fine. That's beautiful. But so many days, especially in bed, trying to go to bed, or usually here lately, I wake up around 7:30, let the pups out. Then I go back to bed. I really do for 2-3 hours. But to get back to sleep, there's a couple things I do. I'll take the heart of love, the mind of love, and I'll beam it like a satellite to places in the world or to people. And there's a lot of people I've done that to. That's here. Probably everyone the names that I can see that I've done that to, or to areas on earth that need this higher energy of love. We all can do it. It makes a difference. And the more we can love ourselves, it changes the human consciousness. And the higher ones are attracted to, as I said in the video, every one of us have our own frequency, our own vibration.
Right.
And when that is going out as pure love, it's amazing the support that Rev gets because of that, to help in the endeavor of why I came to Earth. That's very powerful. Very powerful.
Hey, Phoenix. You know, we had a wonderful experience at our last staff meeting. Can I share with the pictures we took, Rev?
Sure. Oh, heck yes.
Yeah, I know. I've shared it with a few people. I've shared it with our group. We were having our staff meeting and we were talking about what we're going to do. And we're actually talking about Dana and the songs that he were going to do. And I started hearing this sound, and it's a sound. There's a song by Jason Upton called Fly, that when they went to go edit it, there were other sounds in it, and they realized that there were angels that had been singing with him in this song. And I had been hearing that sound. I used that song for meditation, and I'm getting chills right now. And I started hearing that sound, and I had brought that up. And we've been talking about Dana doing his song, and we're in this space, and we kind of started talking about it. And all of a sudden, this beautiful white light formed behind Rev. And I'm like, Dana, do you see that? And he's like, I think so. Like, there's something going on behind Rev. Well, he had this one huge orb, another smaller one, and then almost like a light coming down over him. And we actually got photos of him with these presences, his buddies, his watchers behind him. And I know I've shared it with several of my people. And right now, by my clock, it's 4:44 right now. In my world, that is presence of angels. And so we had a really, really powerful, sacred, um, exciting thing happen the last time we met to get ready for you guys. And I don't know, Rev, if you've shared those. I know I've shared those with some of my people because it's so
No, I haven't. But it was the three of our energies, that music, because I've seen angels, I've heard angels.
Mhm.
One particular church that I used to be involved in, they like to come visit, just the one out of 44 different denominations I used to be connected with. But they've come to our ceremonies, our earth ceremonies.
Mhm.
And it wasn't Rev, it was the three of us.
Yeah.
And the music, the energies between us, and everything that was going on, because they showed up on you.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know when it was, Sparkles, back maybe in October, him and I were having this really amazing conversation. And he says, "Is it snowing there?" It may have been in the spring. I don't remember. Do you remember that? You said, "Is it snowing there?" And I'm a duhhead, and I'm looking out the window seeing if it's snowing. And it's like, no, they're where you're sitting at. And I finally saw it on the screen. It was like hundreds, thousands of lights. Just, it looked like it was snowing. But it was what we were talking about and the energy, because it tracks this healthy love for self unconditionally, which can bring healing into every area of our life. That goes out as our own frequency. It vibrates it, it expands it. And there's so many people, higher ones, that it touches. Like when we've done the land weaving, let's say I have this walnut from Rabbi's land, and everybody's heard me talk about the miraculous things there. It's where so many of us from different dimensions come together to weave the land. It's just not, we're working together because they're attracted to these energies of higher love that we're creating in ceremony. And it's amazing what can happen, who shows up. It is so beautiful. And it starts with precious loving ourselves. There was somebody really famous once that says, "Love your neighbor as you love yourself."
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yahushua. And what a powerful, powerful cosmic statement that is. It really, really, really is.
It's interesting when you were talking about weaving the land, Rev. I got almost like a shock in my body, and I heard this message come through saying that's what the people used to do when we were living in harmony with the land, and they're so grateful when there are people that are doing that. And it doesn't mean you have to be doing with the land, any of holding that sacred space. And I'm getting almost like there was almost like a sadness in the cosmos, almost like they were afraid they were going to lose us, because we had lost our connection to Mother Earth and to each other. And anytime they find that space where people are holding sacred space and in a truly loving, pure way, and that you and Dana, you too, and me too, we hold that space. I'm getting like tickles on my body, that they're so grateful and they'll rush to join us because it's saving something that they thought was going to be lost.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so
I,
much gratitude.
I just shared in a short reel that I put out there today. And I've shared it here on Bridgewalkers a couple years ago when I had the stroke. 2 years ago in July when I had the stroke. I didn't know anybody, didn't know how to shower, floss, text, write, all those kind of things. And then, I don't know, day 3 or 4, I was there 13 days in the hospital, is when I had this higher, I just called it a Merkaba because a lot of people know what I'm talking about when I say that. This higher being came to the window. I'm on the 5th floor looking west to north and asked permission to come in. I asked. And it was pure love and pure light. And something changed in me because I've been teaching that for what, 38, 39 years up to that point on pure love. But it was like being expanded. I was being shown something from the higher ones, what can happen. And it changed the room, changed the energies in the room. And I know I've shared this, but it's worth repeating. One of my doctors was a practicing Hindu doctor from India. I always give nicknames to everybody, and I named her. Her name in her language meant gold, so I called her Dr. Gold, not by her name, because I couldn't pronounce it. Dr. Gold sounded a lot easier. And the next morning when she came in, she started bawling. She says, "What's that energy?" I said, "It's pure love. It's cosmic love. It's a creator's love." Every time she came in for all those next few days, she cried. And some of the nurses picked up and said, "What is that? Why is it different in here?" And that's why I'm saying when we are loving, which will help cleanse a lot of things we've gone through, even in past lives, what that cleansing of that energy, of that cosmic pure love. And it's like the team came to help, right? There in the hospital.
Yeah.
And at that particular time, the doctors wrote in there miracle in my charts
Wow.
because of these energies. It was just quite amazing. But pure love, not a selfish love, not a love. I love myself if I can do this, or those are conditions. I love myself if I can do this, or I do that. Nah, that's, like I said, that's a form of self-abuse.
Yeah.
We are love. We're cosmic beings. We're light beings. Science has proven that we're light beings.
Yeah, we are. It's
Good stuff.
interesting because science is starting to prove that we are not a solid mass of meat at all. We're just this amazing creature. It's just like it's so exciting. We start seeing that every single cell is just this little power plant of energy. It's like, oh my gosh, it makes you look so different. I know when I was in my teens, I actually went to my mom at one time and told her I thought I was going crazy. Is I would be writing or something, and all of a sudden I'd look at my hand and I'd be like, whose hand is that? And I could feel like a separate part of myself in existence that wasn't the the flesh. I'd freak myself out, but I think I was like 12 or 13. I went to my mom and told her I thought I was going crazy because I was having these experiences of observance, right? I was observing myself from that soul level. And
Wow.
I remember one time my brother walked in on the conversation. He was like, "We all know you're crazy," and he like threw something at me and walked out the door. It's like, well, that confirms it. But you know what I want to do really quick is I have this quick little breathing thing that I want to share with everybody. Do you guys want a little have a little breathing experience? You guys all want to learn how to breathe? I crack
It's
myself up.
it's all yours, Mama Michelle.
Okay, let's do that really quick. And that because what you're saying, Rev, is it's so important, and it's cool to talk about. But I feel like we're all to the part where our brains are stuffed with ideas now. Like we've all studied like all these ancient teachings and all this stuff, and it's like our brains, and we need to get it into our heart. We need to get it into the flesh. We need to get it into every cell of our body. This understanding that every cell in there is God, right? Every cell in there is that the holiness that we're the vessel of. And I took this class, and it's called somatic breath. And this is I just took one class, so I'm not a pro at this, but this one part of it is so powerful to kind of bring yourself into awareness of who you are and what you're feeling, because we have to feel our lives now. We can't stay numb, we can't stay separated, we can't anymore. We're coming into the reunion, right? We're coming back to God, and we have to let ourselves feel. And feeling is part of the intuitive nature too. When we came in out of the forests and out of nature, that intuition that we used to use to feel everything around us, right? We'd feel the trees, we'd feel the animals, we'd feel the birds, we'd feel the breeze, we'd feel Mother Earth's breath. And that was our intuition. We would feel it all. We'd feel the squirrel in the tree and the eagle's nest, and we'd feel fern or redwood, or we'd feel so intricately. And when we came in out of nature, we've lost a lot of that. And I keep getting the messages we need to get back to that. We need to get back to that because we've kind of tucked our feelers in, right? We used to have long, feely tentacles where we lived in the world. And now our tentacles are like this. Got those short tentacles. And it's time to expand back out to take our place in the world again. And sometimes it's hard to do that too because it doesn't feel good, right? It's like you feel it out there. It's like, oh, that doesn't feel good. But we're now standing in power places as we recognize who we are, that we're not to be diminished by the world around us, but we're to radiate ourselves out to help to awaken and enlighten and love the world. And so it's a shift, and that's part of this whole shift that's happening too. So we don't shrink our tentacles up anymore. We send them out full of love and allow the world to remember to remember who they are. So let's do just this quick little breathing thing. I shared this with Dana too. He got to play with it. It was so neat. It's so fun to get to share with it. And again, I'm not a teacher of this or anything. It's just a short little part of this that I wanted to share with you guys about really kind of tapping in with the breath and tapping in and feeling. What are you feeling right now? We got to start doing this. So let's all take a nice deep breath. You guys ready? Welcome to all the new people that are popping in too. Welcome to Nadine. Ooh, and Jeff is here. Jeff is here. So let's all take a nice deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. And I just invite you guys to just kind of give yourself permission to relax a little bit. You know, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, unless you're driving a car. If you're driving a car, please do not do this just yet. Save it so you can park. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 long, deep breaths, and we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I don't want you guys to really push it. I want you guys to be very gentle. This is a gentle practice. We're learning to be gentle and loving with ourselves. So let's go 3 breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose. Just feeling your lungs expand, feeling that breath, and out through your mouth. You can even say, that feels good. And another in through your nose and out through your mouth. Oh, that feels so good. And just I invite you to just feel your body begin to relax. And even as you look for your body relaxing, your body begins to relax. And so I just invite you to be aware for the next minute or so as your body takes its own natural rhythm of breathing in and breathing out. Allow yourself to breathe a little bit deeper, just expanding slightly the diaphragm, just bringing that breath in and breathing out. Really allow yourself, get your own rhythm. And now begin to switch your focus more on your body. Just kind of feel your body. And breathing in, breathing out, just focusing on your body. Don't judge or try to do anything, figure anything out. We're giving the brain a little rest right now. Breathing in and breathing out. Just observing the body. Just being aware. I invite you to be aware if there's any place in your body that maybe feels stiff, maybe has a little ache, maybe that wants to move. If your body wants to move, let it move. We're giving the body an opportunity to experience us being mindful because the body holds a lot of the emotions. The body holds a lot of the traumas that we have. And when we take some nice deep breaths, when we focus on the body knows that we're taking time to listen. We're taking time to listen. And then I invite you, as your breath continues to take its own natural rhythm, just breathing in, breathing out, I invite you to just ask your body, ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And just let it be, how am I feeling right now? Usually the answer is just good, bad, tired, frustrated, kind of want to get up and go eat ice cream. And just listen. How am I feeling right now? And your body notices that you're paying attention. And you might find that, like, if there's a little pain in your body, a little ache, it might get a little bit louder. That's okay. Just observe and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Like, what am I feeling? Is that ache right there? I'm feeling that ache. And when you feel that ache, you feel that tiredness, you feel that kind of impulse to maybe get up and walk away, get up to go do something else. Just stay with it. Stay with yourself, mindful of your breathing. And then pay attention to what your body wants to do. And then ask yourself, what emotion am I feeling? What emotion is a part of what the body is feeling? And just let something pop up. Let whatever wants to pop up. And that emotion may have a word, it may have a color, it may just be a thought, it It may be something that comes up as the actual emotion. Maybe it's sadness or fear or anger. We're not judging it. It's all okay. What emotion am I feeling? What emotion is in my body? And how is my body feeling? And as you pay attention to this, as you begin to be mindful of what your body is feeling, you begin to be mindful of what emotions are happening. A lot of times we start telling ourselves a story around this. You're saying, oh yeah, that's that pain in my knee that I got when I fell down, messed my knee up. It's never been the same. I'm so pissed about that. So pay attention to the story that you're telling yourself around that emotion or that feeling of what's happening in the body. Just be aware of it. You're just listening right now. Your body is learning to trust you. Your emotions are learning that you are willing to listen now. A lot of times we have things going on, and it's simply because we haven't been paying attention. So just be mindful. What story am I telling myself about this emotion or this feeling? And then let's take 3 long, deep breaths. Breathing in through your mouth and out through your mouth. Breathing in, out through your mouth, and in and out. One more long, deep breath in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Being aware of that story you were telling yourself, and just ask yourself, can I let this go? Do I need to let it go? Am I willing to let this go? You might even ask, what will happen if I let this go? Will something happen if I let go of this feeling, of this emotion, of this story? Just being aware of that. What is the story? What is the emotion? What is the feeling in the body? You might notice the feeling starts moving around. Maybe you had discomfort in your knee, but now it's moved to your belly or to your chest or to your pinky toe or to your elbow. That's okay. Just be aware. You're just listening. You're being your own best friend. And when you ask yourself, am I ready to let go of this story? Am I willing to let go? What emotions come up around that? Is there fear? Is there sadness? Is there stubbornness? What stories are you telling yourself about letting go? Well, if I let go of this, that means I'm saying that what they did is okay. No. If I let go of this emotion, this pain in my body, it means that I don't have the power anymore. It means I'm letting go. It's okay. The story is the story. And so let's take one more nice deep breath in through the mouth, out through the mouth as well. Breathing in, breathing out. Just feel your body. And wherever in your body you feel discomfort, or maybe you've come to a place of relaxation, whatever is coming up right now, just say, I love you. Just speak, I love you into your body. I love you. I'm here for you. I'm listening now. I love you. Then ask your body, Are you willing to let go of the things that hurt you? Just feel that. What does your body do? You might find your body beginning to get a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe you're getting warm or cool. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you want to stretch, maybe twist a little bit. That's okay. Let your body move. That's your body saying, yeah, I do. I want to let go. Maybe you want to get up and walk away. Maybe you want a sip of water. That's okay. Do what you need to do. And ask your body again, are you willing to let go now? Just willing. Because remember, you have that choice and you have that power to let go of anything that you don't want. If it's pain or illness, you have that. You're the power. You're the presence of love and light and God within. You are the creator. Your body is the vessel. And so now that the body has become willing to let go, let's give the body the opportunity to let go of whatever it's ready to let go of, all of the emotions that are attached to the energy of the body. And let's just breathe in through the mouth and out through the mouth. I'm going to do that for about a minute, just breathing in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Just long, deep breaths, feeling your body relax, feeling the stuck energy beginning to move in through the mouth, out through the mouth, feeling the story dissipate, feeling the body relax, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, feeling the mind becoming still, quiet, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, and then just relax. Let your breath take its own rhythm and just be still and just witness what's happening. Witness the stillness within. Just observe the quietness of the mind. If anything pops up, an emotion, a feeling, a thought, just know that now your body trusts you. Know that you can witness and allow this. And then now we're going to do one more quick thing. Now that you become relaxed, and go into your body one more time. Go into the area of your body where we just let go. That may have been multiple places in your body. That's okay. And I invite you to ask your body, what do you want for me? What do you want for me? Remember, the body is the vessel for God. That answer may come as a feeling, as a thought, as an idea. It may come as swirls, metaphors, symbols. But just listen. Just observe. What do you want for me? And as you feel that energy shift, we're going to take 3 nice deep breaths. And as you breathe in, breathe that new beautiful desire, that new beautiful exchange that you now have with your body, your nervous system. Just breathe that into the body. Breathe it in to where you let go. So nice 3 deep breaths. This time in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing in what your body wants for you, love and peace and harmony. Breathing out, relaxing the body, feeling that new desire, that new positive thought to anchor in the body. Breathing in that new positive hope that your body has shared with you. That's so beautiful. Breathing out, letting that anchor in. And one more in through the nose, out through the mouth, anchoring that new desire that your God body wants for you. That peace, harmony, health, relaxation, goodness, kindness, love, light. Allow yourself to feel that new energy in your body. Allow yourself to smile. Feel that new energy in your body. Feel those new emotions of joy and hope and faith and love. Just witness being your own best friend. You now know how to listen, how to be with yourself in peaceful, unconditional love. And you are sacred and holy, and you deserve to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and whole. And let's take one more nice deep breath, breathing that in and breathing out. And whenever you're ready, just open your eyes. Just feel yourself. You might want to move your body a little bit. You might feel like you need to wiggle, maybe wiggle fingers or wiggle toes. And then as you do open your eyes, just be aware of how your body feels. Does it feel a little bit looser, a little bit more comfortable? Just a little bit more you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, a lot of times you'll want to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, ooh, nice cracks. Oh. So if anybody has a comment or a question, please feel free. How did you guys do? How'd you do, Dana? You've played with that a little bit before. That feel good?
Yeah, it did. It did. Breathing and every we each carry our own now. That's no matter where you go. When whoever's standing before you, they're in their own now. Where
Right.
yeah, every person, no matter where it is, and so like where is that in any given now? And Rev's pretty good on picking up people's nows and you know and that's a beautiful thing. It's a representation of what of what doesn't filter his boundaries, what does not predetermine boundaries in this space, and especially his hospital story, talking about people coming in, hey, what do I feel and why, like what's going on, and that's it. Everybody carries with them their own now, and everything that we've ever heard, read, or experience we've had is no longer our present now. And are we okay with that? You know, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Right.
And that's and I think breath work is likely it's an original grounding technique, you know, like beyond you know, just any other really in its own way, because it's echo relocations, you know, electrical relocation, and you know, us being fuses, you know, in the universal fuse box, you know, like sometimes that gets triggered, and you know, and like there's nothing going through there at that point. It's like, no, I'm done. I don't know what, you know, who's trying to use me excessively, but I'm not having that today. And I'm going to sit down until y'all get that power cluster worked out, because I can only handle so much. And us as people, we are that, you know, us being electricity manifested, we are fuses for the universe. You know, we can, among other things, among being measuring sticks for the universe. That's just one big job. You know, when it's your role to measure the universe for itself, that can feel like a lot of pressure. You know, like, and you know, no matter what physical application, what we're doing, like, it just compounds everything when we feel its weight. And if we're not allowing the structure to define itself in an appropriate way, then things are not flowing in the way that they should be. And you know, it brings about a whole different, you know, element of grounding. You know, people get grounded, you know, little kids, you know, you get grounded when you ain't doing right. You know, it's like, sit down until you can osmosis yourself back into positivity. You know, don't come back out until you've got some positive application, you know, purpose, you know, orientation. And it's a good thing for everybody. And you know, we all need it. We all need to be grounded, whether it's through, you know, through physically, or you know, and just sit there and breathe until we relocate where we are, and you know, feel where we don't need to be, but then also have the room for what we do need to see and do need to feel, you know, and make sure that that's a part of that blueprint, you know, because if we haven't provided any space for that extra, you know, like, where does it get allocated? How you know, is it useful, or does it just not fit into the program and get thrown out, even though we need to incorporate it into our lives, you know? And I think that's, it all goes hand in hand, breath work and footwork, you know, physically grounding ourselves out of this commercial reality, you know, getting back to where our skin is touching nature, you know, because when our skin touches nature, we're related to all of it, you know. I mean, when I look over at a bird and it's already looking at me, it knows me, you know. Same with the squirrel, same with that, you know, like, something's been studying me, but why? You know, like, I'm an aspect of it as well, and it's quite an amazing relation. Even the background that you've got here with the you know, we could call them sacred trees. They could be arrowheads, you know, like you know, pine, you know, pineal activation. You know, I see this, you know,
Yeah.
I see this pine, but also like this, the tuning fork receiving, you know, the out is the in is the out. can we accept it? You know, and it's not an easy thing to do. And I think that breath work is it's pretty good. It's a beautiful thing. I highly recommend anybody taking that to do it. You know, doing some of that stuff with you, and because it relocates. It does help us relocate our consciousness in this physical temporariness that we got going on. You know,
Yeah.
so and it's a big job being a fuse breaker for the universe. Are we supposed to go with something, or are we supposed to go against it? Like, who knows?
I don't know.
I have something to share.
Yes, sir.
This is deep, kind of.
Does it have anything to do with frog's hair?
No.
Okay.
When Dana Sparkles was talking about a different kind of grounding, right? You're bad, you're grounded. From 7th to 9th grade, my halo was really crooked. I was a good kid. I just caused mischief. You know, like set the clock different in the classroom. And I got so many swats, which is I was going to ask you to, and everybody out there, is receiving swats a form of grounding. I probably had more swats in the first 2.5 years. But they gave me the most improved student from 7th to 9th grade. Yeah, RevNet. But if you think about it, and you're talking about sparks, Dana Sparks, and those kind of sparks, I said, that really was a form of grounding. I had almost totally forgot all about that, but you brought back so many memories. And yeah, it's kind of funny, but I'm being serious here. It was a form of grounding, because where did that energy go that hit my buttocks? Many, many, many times. Many, many, many times. So
recalibrated.
Yeah, yes.
Definite recalibrate.
My frequency changed. Yes.
Works. I know a lot of kids these days that need a couple of those recalibrations. God bless them. But yeah, if you think about it, absolutely. Right down your feet, down into the earth.
Yes.
RevNet, I knew you were my people. I was famous for the clock thing. And I was short. I was up on the chair changing the clocks. I'm really quick. Oh, this is so fun. Dana, I love what you said about the background, because I couldn't figure out what they were either. And they aren't one thing. They're a whole bunch of things.
They are.
It's so cool. So cool. And thank you so much, everybody, for your comments and stuff. We got Stacy and Wendy, and we had Christy here, and Nadine, and our Kevin is the engaged Reiki, right?
Correct.
Kevinator.
The Kevinator on top of a mountain.
Kevinator on top of a mountain, right next door to the hermit on the hill. So cool. We're so grateful you guys are here. This is fun.
Yes.
I feel so relaxed after that breathing. I'm just like ready for a nap. Can we all take a nap on here? Give us 15 minutes, and then we'll all maybe Dana will sing to us for the next 15 minutes.
Feels like that breathing feels like the breathing in the meditation thing. It made room around you, you know, and that's its duty. Yeah. You know, is just to loosen things up and to be less defined as much as we might need it defined. and I do appreciate that. You got the perfect voice to just walk people through that in just a perfect, just a beautiful way. I do appreciate that.
Thank you, Boise. Thank you. I appreciate. It's really weird because when I move into doing my work, I notice everything in my voice changes. I've had a lot of people tell me that. I'm not sure what that is, but it's because most of the time I'm doop de doop de doop. So thank you for noticing that. It's pretty cool.
Like beautiful, like you.
Thank you. Aw, love. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you. I love my brothers. I was telling some of my girls the other day that how much I love you too, and how you really have become brothers in my life because I don't have a brother, and you guys are just that brother energy for me. And I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm your brother too. You can call me Michael. When I was growing up, my grandpa called me Mikey. And I was just like, I loved it until I was like 16 and someone said, Mikey, what are you, a boy? It's like, oh, we're going to change that right now. Oh, I love it. Oh, Dana, are you ready to bring us a song?
Yeah.
Shall we sing it? Sing it loud, sing it proud.
You going to use any type of instrument tonight?
Well, I've got a rattle here. I didn't bring my drum in here, but I got a rattle. But I don't know. I'm kind of caught between a couple of different ones. I kind of want to. I kind of want to just. It's either a journey or another sacred thank you. Just the same thank you song as we did this last one. First, it's just we choosing just it, and it's about just choosing where we are, seeing where these outside data measurements say and suggest, the sets that suggest things, but like some of those suggestions aren't necessarily where we want to see them at. We want to just keep room for the more, but. And it's a choice between either the thank you for the journey for this year through, which included that darkness, or just a full on thank you just for being in this now, because it took a lot of nows to get to this.
Some of them were a little squirrely.
Well, Stacy in her comment said, thank you for expanding the love. Maybe that's a little thank you energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here at the winter solstice.
Oh.
But whatever you feel within you, my friend.
We're feeling so
my
great.
Precious friend.
I'm feeling grateful. For the difficulties of the year and all the blessings that are in motion because of those. And I would like to express that thankfulness for that. So maybe we won't use the rattle. We've been rattled enough. Okay. Gosh, thank you. Thank you for all that was. Thank you for all that is. Thank you for all that will be. Thank you for our healing. health, wealth, and happiness. Thank you for seeing us through all the things we needed to be seen through. Thank you for providing the space to see the things that we need to see in the future. The space is there for those, however that may look like. Jonga Shayla Pela Maya Pela Maya Pela Maya Way Chozanewa Maya Kuncha Pela Maya Tonka Shayla Pela Maya Pela Maya Pela Maya Way Chozanewa Maya Kuncha Pela Maya Tonga Shayla Pela Maya Pela Maya Pela Maya Way Chozanewa Maya Kunja Pela Maya Tonga Shayla Pela Maya Pela Maya Pela Way Chozanewa Maya Kunja Pela Maya Maho Matakias.
Thank you so much, Dana.
Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Did you see what Margie wrote?
Mm-mm.
Hope it's okay with you, but I was singing too. Wopila.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Some of these songs I want I want to sing familiar things that just every third, fourth song come back in. Oh, hey, I might have heard that one before, and now and just I want to get these sticking just a little bit stronger. So, I don't plan on doing a whole repertoire of just different things. It's just I want good sacred stuff to stick. And that way, and Margie's got a lot of experience with the sacredness of these songs, where that comes from, and why they're there, and I do appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. It's they feel like blessings, hearing them, hearing now and then. They just there's this, they're home songs. Is what they feel like. They feel like home songs. So I honor all those homes that we come from. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Margie. Thank you for sharing your beautiful energy with all of that. I can feel it. It's like every time we get to this part of our show, it's like I never want to leave.
It's space.
It's good space.
Good creation space.
Mhm. We're so grateful to all of you who are here and all of you who are watching live. I think we had 15, 16 people, which is so beautiful. You know, the more of us that gather live, and it doesn't even have to be live, just stopping in and watching. We're so grateful for all of you who watch later. I know we get quite a few views, which is really exciting. And we just
Yes.
want to extend our love. And I just want to invite each and every one of you to recognize the light and the love within you. And let's take that out into the world and create a better space for all of us. And that's my prayer. That's my prayer for all of us. With a little shenanigans thrown in, because that just keeps it fun.
Sacred humor is very important.
Sacred humor. It's like a sacred frog's hair. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again. So much love to all of you. And we will see you in January. So, meaning we will see you next year. And we're grateful and know that Bridgewalkers is always holding space for you. We are always holding you in our hearts. And, you know, if any of you ever need anything, you know, we're all available. You know, please just, you know, message us or whatever. We can be of support, because that is part of our intention, is not just having a show, but this being an of eternal sacred place for all of you. And so we're so grateful. And so, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Solstice, Happy New Year. What else do we have going on? Boxing Day.
Love you too. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
We love you. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us. Dana Sparkles, thank you. Mama Michele, thank you. And Rev feels blessed just to be with you two, that we can do this with everybody that's here and present. It's a very sacred circle.
Yeah.
Very sacred circle.
So wonderful. Just gets more loving, more fulfilling, more sacred, if more sacred's even a possibility. We thank you guys.
Nadine, the primordial more, we love you too. She'll know what that means.
Thank you guys. We will see you next year. Don't see you before. Make sure that you have fun. And the most important part really is stay sparkly, because that's the best part of it all. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
You're welcome, Lamar.
What do I do? I forgot how to function. Bye, you guys.